If you're I have my own plantain problem here. Let's see how I can solve it. So the other day, I saw plantains that were rotting in Ora. I saw the video, and I was given suggestions on how to preserve it so that it won't go bad. But guess what? I'm faced with a dilemma. My husband went to shop. Listen, when you send a man shopping, he feels like everything in the shop is too cheap, and he buys me a box of plantain, and all the plantains are getting ripe at the same time. So I am now faced with the dilemma of how to preserve my plantains. I do have this Ninja air fryer. So I'm going to be trying how to use the air fryer, right? I have the Ninja air fryer. Um, it has, the different ways of using it. I see air fry, air fry. So I'm going to be trying the air fry to see how I can dry my plantains, because I was making a lot of noise about how we need to teach people how to preserve food so it doesn't go bad. My plantains, as you can see, are very ripe. This is the time I can either dry them. Of course, I cannot. We are just six in this house. We cannot even finish frying them if we wanted to fry them. So let's see how I can preserve this. I'll put, I have to dice them, put them in the air fryer, and I'll show you the end result. So I got what they call parchment paper, and I'm going to put it on my tray. Now, the parchment paper can stand for the cloth or maybe the plastic that they use to dry things back home. I got this parchment paper, right? I'm going to dice my plantain and put them on the table, on the tray, and then I put it in the air fryer. Now, what I would really need is the dehydrator. But I don't have a dehydrator here because we don't have problem with preservation. But my husband got me all these plantains. So I have to think of how to preserve it. So I got a hand, slicer. Now, of course, if I had a machine, I would use the machine. But I also see that I don't have a good slicer, so I'm going to use a knife. This is the most local way to do this. I'm going to be using a knife. Look at the way it slices. It didn't slice it well. It has jagged edges. So I'll be using my knife to do this. You just slice it very flat so that when it dries, it will dry well. And you see, okay, yeah. Sometimes doing things manually works, but maybe I have to buy a better machine. I've never been faced with this dilemma of preserving all the plantains my husband bought. So when I slice it, I'll put it in the air fryer. I think set my temperature to what is the temperature? What was the temperature? 350. So 350 on, is that slow heat? No, I think 270. 350 will be too high for it. I think 270 is perfect, so that I can take its time and dry. Of course, I've shown you guys my air fryer. So because I showed those plantains, somebody had shared that video. I took a picture of it and shared it, and I got a lot of suggestions. Now, this is what our parents will locally do, right? Use the knife. So I'm using my knife here. I don't even have a slicing machine. I'm using my local knife to do this. This is like frank pekere. This is sweet pekere. And you want to do this before the plantain gets very ripe because, of course, by the time it gets ripe, it becomes sísìlápò. Láredí sísìlápò ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọ̀. Láredí sísìlápò ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọ̀. So, see I will have to cut my parchment paper. It's too long. I took too much. I have to cut it. I don't think it will catch fire in the oven, but hey, in the air fryer. Okay, thank you. So I will air fry it and I will show you the results. Thank you. So it's going into the air fryer. See my plantain going into the air fryer. Like I told you guys, the air fryer has the signs. It says air fry. So I turn it on. Oh no, I have to plug it. So I turn it on. It's an air fry already. 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Take it down to 270. Okay, 300 is the lowest. And then, of course, I start. So we'll see how it dries. It is 19 seconds now. When it's ready, I'll show you guys my result. Of course, another way to eat your plantain is to fry it. So I'm frying some. Okay, this is my plantain. It's fried. This is the overripe plantain that I'll be using for sisilaco. So you guys already know what it's about to load. I need to get my fresh corn. I don't have fresh corn in the house, but this is fried plantain. So when the plantain is not overripe, you can fry it. Even when it's overripe, some people say fry this and they do. If you guys remember what they call dodokire, those days traveling to Lagos or within Ondo, all those Yoruba states, they used to sell dodokire. Dodokire was overripe plantain with very hot pepper in it. But I won't be doing dodokire. I'll be doing sisilaco. And then this is my fried plantain. So we're thinking of ways to preserve plantain. I saw it, I posted it, and my husband dropped it on my lap. So I have to do something about it and show you my experience here. Yes, we do get plantains here. We do. So this is the end result of my air fried. See, it looks like the heat was too much. I should have reduced the timing. I will try it again. But another thing I discovered is when it is air fried, air really has to go into it to harden it. Because if you see, these ones are still soft. Give it a minute. This is parchment paper. I just give it a minute so I can actually take it off the paper. Right? So I wait for air to get into it. But, I mean, this is the process. Now, you can actually hear me chew the one I just got out. So let's see how it cools down. So this is the finished product. You see that? I don't think I've achieved the dryness yet. So I'll keep trying. Or maybe I have to really get, a dehydrator. Something that will dehydrate the fluid. Because it's still very wet. Yeah. I think what we need is an air dryer, not an air fryer. Because what the air fryer is doing is burning it, it's not drying it. But this is the end result of when I married.